Welcome to Satisfactory. My name is Nilaus, and this is the recap of the first stream day of Satisfactory. So if you missed it, you have the option of either watching this short recap video that tries to summarize what I did in the first 4-hour streaming, or you can head over, look at the description below, check out the link, head over, watch the VOD, or you can watch it on Twitch. And do check out my schedule to see when the next stream is coming up, because it might be sooner than you think. This series is going to run like this. I'm going to stream it 3 times a week, pretty much. And after each stream, I will upload the VOD to YouTube, and I will also make a short recap like this one, so that you can catch up if you fall behind and want to do just easy to catch up. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. So we built here, we are starting on the northern forest. We have, as I said, 4 hours of game time. Let's have a look at it. First, let's cover some of the rules and basics of this series. So the first thing is, as you can see, there are no foundations. I'm going to try to build without foundations, and I'm also not chainsawing any of the trees down. So there are trees and shrubs, shrubberies, everywhere. And that's just, unfortunately, just the way it is. Or it's gonna look, sometimes it looks horrible, other times it's kind of fun to run around. Let's take a look at some of the things we built. Let's actually not start with this one, but you can see that we are running around through a lot of things. So we start with a biomass power. We just throw down a few of them. They are completely disorganized because that's just the way it is. Here we have the first iron miner going in here, splitting, going into 2 locations. We don't have Mark II belts, so things are slow. Going in here, this one is splitting into, it should actually be 2 times iron rods, but I needed more iron plates, which is kind of how it always is. So I have more iron plates, they're going in here. I store everything in boxes. Here, over here we have the copper things, which includes copper cables and copper wires and copper cables. You can never have too many cables. And some iron. So this is just slowly stockpiling. Now the next little build we have here that's completely disorganized is the biofuel. So we are just feeding in here. Now also, since we can't use chainsaws for cutting down trees, we are kind of stuck with the biomass from leaves, which means I have to be a bit more diligent on getting that, and also making sure that it goes all the way to biofuels. Munch. Every time we find something, we gotta get it. So that goes here, and we need to make sure this one is always working, because it's gonna run out. So as we progress, the next build over here is actually another iron mine coming in. That's going into this location, making 2 times iron ingots, and it goes in here, gets into iron rods, which gets into screws together with plates, and that gives us lovely reinforced iron plates, 5 a minute if it keeps up. And then we also have, like, the last thing we have built, well, actually there's two things we have done here. We have built the space elevator there. That's actually kind of difficult to make room for it, because it's kind of big. And also all the way over there we have rotors built from a 3rd location. So basically what we have now is we have reinforced iron plates, we have rotors, we have plates, and all the other small things we need. So now we can start grabbing things, and the next thing we want to head into, that's going to be the topic of the next stream. That will be, we also got the first milestone, because that requires reinforced iron plates and rotors. So that was like the thing we wanted. Now the next thing we want to do is research coal, so we can get the little sugar cube to drive around and do silly things. And that will also allow us to do more exploration. When we do exploration, we want to keep an eye out for Caterium, because then we can get Blade Runners, and oh boy, would that be awesome. So we want Blade Runners with the Caterium research, and we want coal so that we can switch away from using biofuel as our support for the entire base, because that's just simply too expensive or too much time consuming to keep gathering that. And so basically coal and sugar cube and Caterium, those are going to be the next things on the agenda as we progress into tier 3. So doing tier 1 and 2 in the first setup, I think is very nice. This has a really weird feel to me. I mean, in one way it looks like organic, that we're building into the terrain instead of just looking at gray concrete slabs here. But on the other hand, it's also like really frustrating. For example, how the hell am I going to drive my sugar cube around here. There's just no room for it. And that's going to be another little thing we have to figure out. Like try to move things around so we can build some nice pathways. There are these actual natural pathways somewhere like that one, for example, going here. And we want to try to respect those because they will be necessary when we need to have trucks running around. And I think that's kind of the very short recap of this. I think it's really fun to do, but I'm not going to promise I will continue this because it might just be too frustrating if you want to make like a big build. Right now we're just having like really small builds, but if you want to make it bigger, then it can at least get really frustrating with the alignment and all that stuff. And the clipping and all that. So I hope you're wanting to keep up and follow up on this series. It is going to be streamed quite regularly, so do try to keep up. And thank you to all the supporters. Thank you for everyone to supporting me and participating, throwing good advice and bad advice at me. I'll be seeing you guys in the next stream, or maybe here on the recap or the VODs. Until next time, as always, stay effective.